Everyone, thank you for joining us here at Chicago Pinball Expo. I'm Jack Danger. This segment is called Drinks with Jack, where I'm going to be interviewing different folks from Stern Pinball here. Joined by the awesome design team from Stern Pinball. I'm joined by Elliot Eisman of John Wick fame. Keith Elwin's made a few pinball machines as well. And Brian Eddy is a ghost right now, but he'll be here shortly. But I think we're just going to jump right into talking trash about Brian Eddy, and then when he gets here, we'll change the subject. But like truly, I just wanted to talk to you guys right off the rip, like, how did you get here? Like, how exactly did you show up? You were sitting here now. You are a designer here at Stern Pinball. What was the thing that got you to this seat? I will start with Elliot, because I think we're going to grill starting down in that direction and coming this way.
Well, I'm actually classically trained as a mechanical engineer, and I was working at Stern Pinball since 2014. From there, I just decided, I got to a point in my career as a mechanical engineer where I wanted another challenge. And my next challenge, I felt, was designing a game, because I worked with a bunch of game designers before. I worked with Steve Ritchie, John Borg, John Trudeau. So I kind of got a feel for how the games actually work, how they get laid out. And I'm like, you know what? I think I can do that. I think I can be good at that. So I just pitched some ideas to George Gomez. And then, a year or so later, he's like, you want to try to design John Wick? And I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll try that. And, the rest is history.
Yeah, well, let's stay on you for a second. So you are in the Pinball Hall of Fame already.
Yes. And inducted 2018.
As for your mechanical engineering work. Heck yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Working with people like John Borg or Steve Ritchie, what have been some of your favorite mechs to design with and for them?
Probably my favorite one to work on was the Star Wars 2017 Accelerator. That was just a fun thing to lay out, because when Steve actually laid it out the first time, it didn't shoot very well. It was kind of crap. So I went and relayed out the whole thing. I changed the angles and made it really smooth, and I think that turned out really cool, and it was a really fun mech to work on. My favorite mech of all time has got to be Ghostbusters, the Stay Puft.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something else about Ghostbusters, but yeah.
No, it's just such a simple little mech. It's just a guy on a spring, but it adds so much to the game. And those are stupid little things that actually make it fun. So that was honestly my favorite one.
One of the things I've really enjoyed to watch you create, like when I was able to be allowed in the back halls of Stern Pinball, was the pop-up spinner on Led Zeppelin. It's actually a very impressive looking mech. Like, it's a spinner with a magnet, with an up post, with a motor, there's a lot packed in there.
So that's a fun story, because I'm working with Steve Ritchie at the time, and I'm not in charge of the whole layout. He just says, I need help for the mech, and all he gives me is a circle in the center of the playfield and says, I want it to be a magnet, I want it to be a spinner, I want it to pop up. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can work with that. And so I went through several iterations and came up with that thing, and it turned out pretty cool, I think. Yeah.
So being a mechanical engineer going into design, John Borg had the same sort of trajectory there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Has being an engineer helped you with your design capabilities, do you think?
I mean, certainly for mech development, because you just have an already innate ability just to visualize and know it's possible for mechanisms. So it's really easy just to be like, okay, I can see this thing, I know how that'll work, and I know the space it'll take, and so you can just lay out the game easier with that, I think. So, sorry for having a leg up,
So your most recent game, John Wick, can you give us a little background on that? Like, what trials and tribulations did you have creating that title?
The first thing that was really hard was I just was new to laying out a pinball machine. So the first layout I had, I literally just threw out. It was trash. I went through with George. We relayed out the game together, so I got a little pointers from him, and then that's what you're kind of seeing now, just an iteration on that. But that was probably the most challenging thing, and also just coming up with fun mechs that on Wick world.
Yeah. Something that, like George said, to maybe bring up is that all of his designers sort of have outside of designing, they have a strong suit that they're coming to this with. You and John Borg, obviously, very mechanical focused, which is awesome.
We walk